Excuse me, what?
Marvin
You're
Harrison
trading
Jr.
that card?
Drake May, to me, is Big Ben. I'm a comp king right
Yeah,
now.
no, you're the comp king. Caleb Williams at number 1, and that's all we care about. My list is awesome.
It's not as good as mine, but it's a good list. It's a good list.
Welcome, everybody, to the Bowman University Expert Angle. I'm Laura Rutledge, joined by Dan Orlovsky, the college football expert, and my colleague. If you haven't heard, 2023 Bowman U Chrome Football is out, and it's incredible. It's bringing fans closer to their favorite players than ever before. There are so many cool things about this, but I think, first of all, the iconic inserts like Big Kahuna, like early risers, you got to look out for those. And Dan, the inserts are really what set this apart. It's kind of a surprise. You don't know what you're going to get, and then you chase some of those throughout your collecting experience.
Yeah, you're chasing because they're unique, right? There's that kind of that one-off. Like, I have two here. So, like the Ramblin' Man. I have the Brock Bowers Ramblin' Man. You actually have the Marvin Harrison, but not the, like, I'm going to chase trying to find the Marvin Harrison Ramblin' Man.
I
just
have Quinshawn Judkins Rambling Man.
Yeah, like the theme of it is different.
Yeah, and along those lines, when it comes to, thank you for giving me your entire pile of cards here, including some first Bowmans, which that's another really special piece of this, is an opportunity to get in early on these guys. This is their first ever card before their rookie card, and it's really special. So when you think about the first Bowmans that are coming out right now, you've got Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yep.
You have Drake May. That's another really good one. You like him a lot too, so that might be another one you would chase.
Yeah, I'm actually
You
going
don't
to
have to
keep
chase
this one.
it. You have it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's again, like having the chance. I grew up collecting cards, like having the chance to have that first card before they even become that next level superstars is very different, very unique. That's why I think it's worth trying to go get.
So if you haven't gotten involved in this and you're sitting there right now thinking, this is your sign. Do it. Get involved. You won't regret it. It's so much fun. And
See
one
if
of the
you can
best
get the first
hobbies.
Bowmans to match the color of your shoes.
That's weird, but if you want to do that, that's great. It's time for our 7-on-7 draft, our Bowman U players only. I'm going to let you have the first pick because I'm a nice person.
It's probably
And-
because usually the worst team has the first pick. So.
That's also true, which works out well for me. We're going to be able to draft a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a defensive player.
And I get to go first?
You get to go first, and then I get 2 picks after that, and then we'll toss it back to you.
snake?
Yeah, snake draft.
Okay, with the first pick, I am gonna go with Drake May. This is why. Drake May, to me, is Big Ben. He is big, athletic, unbelievable arm talent, smart, competitive, and when you're making the first pick, like you're trying to take a Hall of Famer, like a person who's going to become one of the best of all time. He's got the talent to do that. I know you thought I was going to go somewhere else, but I'm going Drake May.
I would like to thank you for the gift that you've given me, which is
I'm going to cross off the name that you're going to take.
with my first pick. I'm going with Caleb Williams,
Yeah, we knew
okay? And you, I love Drake May. He's Big Ben. I'm giving Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. That's who I just got with Caleb Williams. I truly think he's going to be so successful at the next level, worthy of the first overall pick in the draft, and I'm honored that I could draft him. With my second pick, I'm going to go with Marvin Harrison Jr.
Literally knew it.
And, and by the way, you watch this guy play, the size that he has, 6'4", and the fluidity with how he moves, he's so impressive. Maybe shades
or
of
Marvin
AJ
Harrison
Green.
Jr.?
If you moved like Marvin Harrison Jr., you would not have been a quarterback, and I'm going to be nice about what kind of quarterback you were. Very talented, though, and a long time in the NFL, which is a big deal. But he's unbelievable, and I do think that whichever team gets Marvin Harrison Jr. at the next level is getting someone who is an instant playmaker, who makes their team better day one.
My next pick is going to be Travis Hunter.
Ooh.
So I'll give you 2 names that Travis Hunter reminds me of. One, Charles Woodson, no question about it when it comes to just all-around athlete, do everything. You might be a little young for Chris Gamble.
I'm a little young.
Travis Hunter is going to go to the next level and be a bona fide superstar. My next pick is going to surprise people.
Oh,
Because you
boy.
probably think I'm going to take a tight end or wide receiver.
I do.
But I'm smarter than that. I'm taking Nick Singleton from Penn State. Nick Singleton is Nick Chubb.
Wow.
Okay, he is physical, athletic, powerful, but fast enough to run away from people. And I know how important it is to be able to turn around and hand the football off. So to be able to have a stud at tailback like Nick Singleton, that's why I go Nick.
I hear you on the
You
run
love
game.
that pick.
I do, but I'm gonna actually, with my third pick now.
Just gonna completely skip over those two great picks and go to yours.
I am gonna go to mine because I do think I want to pick another wide receiver. I like playmakers, so I'm gonna go with Malik Neighbors. I think he's a great wide receiver.
Wow.
I think the way I'm constructing my team, I think he's a good change of pace from Marvin Harrison Jr., which is important to me. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And then for my next pick,
I know who you're taking.
Wait, who do you think I'm taking?
You're taking Brock Bowers.
Ah, you nailed it. Yeah, Brock Bowers. This guy, he is a tight end, and we talked about this a little bit earlier. I think if Kyle Pitts was having more success, Brock Bowers would probably be slated a little bit higher.
Probably fair.
But he's so dynamic. There are so many things he can do. For me, the thing that I love the most about him is how physical he is. It doesn't matter what happens, he can catch the ball in any situation, and he's going to get yards after the catch. And so for me, for what I want my offense to look like, I think Bowers is the right pick.
It's a good pick.
You need a wide receiver.
Yep, but I know you can't take another pick. So my next wide receiver is going to be Romo Dunze from Washington. Reminds me of Michael Thomas. And then I'm going to skip a personnel group, and I'm going to go to defense. I'm also torn between two guys here. I am going to draft Jared Verse from Florida State as a pass rusher.
My guy's still there.
If you're just paying attention to the great defenses at the next level right now, they've got guys off the edge that can rush the passers. And what he has done, transferring to Florida State, kind of becoming that top 10, top 15 worthy pick, that's who I want to kind of build my defense around. Reminds me a little bit of Aldon Smith.
Huh. Wow.
I'm a comp
That's good
king
comp.
right
Yeah,
now.
no, you're the comp king. As you may have realized, I don't have running backs yet. So
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and add some running backs to my team. You already picked Singleton.
You're devaluing them as well?
No, but
I have Nick Singleton.
I'm putting a lot of value in my wide receivers and my tight ends. So I'm gonna go with Quinshon Judkins out of Ole Miss. I love him. I think he's so dynamic. I think he's one of those guys that really can be a 3-down back, and he's done that for years. He's also really good at catching the ball out of the backfield. They've used him really well at Ole Miss. That
Okay.
translates.
I like that pick.
It's a first Bowman too, which is fun for me.
I like that pick.
And then I'm gonna go with Blake Corum. I love the Michigan running back. I just took the two. You wanted both of those guys.
Corum.
That makes me feel good. I just think he fits well with my offense and what I have so far. Go ahead.
Those are good picks. Okay, so my next pick is going to be tight end Cade Stover out of Ohio State. Reminds me a lot of Dallas Goedert. My next pick, even though you took Corum from me, and I think he's a good player, the back I actually wanted after Singleton was Trey Benson. Trey Benson is Sean Alexander, ex-MVP at the next level. His length, his ability to hit the home run, his ability to take 2 yards and make it 5 yards. That's why I'm adding him as my next back.
So your running backs are comped to Sean Alexander and Nick Chubb. You had a really good run game. I'll give you props for that.
This is a really good team.
I'm going to make my final pick here.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick Harold Perkins as my defensive player. I think he's not quite used the right way at LSU, but at the next level he can be used the right way. And he's dynamic. He's a great defensive player.
What's your favorite pick of your whole team?
Oh, it's Caleb Williams as my quarterback.
All right,
sure.
if you had to make a favorite pick that wasn't the quarterback.
Oh, then I would say Marvin Harrison Jr.
That was an easy answer again, too. Okay, so for everybody at home that's hearing about Bowman for the first time, let's make sure everyone understands what is the most important part of that first Bowman card.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big key, and it's really cool. In fact, we're looking at Carson Beck's first Bowman right here. So basically, it's their first ever card. It's the card before their rookie card. And you can find out that it's a first Bowman by looking in the upper right-hand corner here. But these are really special. A lot of times over a player's entire career, this is the one that you really want. You know, you look back and say, wow, I've got his first Bowman. It's the first ever.
Yeah.
It's got to be probably cool for the player, too, to even see these cards, anyone who's a fan of them.
I grew up collecting cards. So I think like it's very cool. I also, you just mentioned it, so like when I was a player and you get your first trading card as a player, it's almost like a very surreal thing. When you're sitting down and you're looking at a card of you, in many ways, like bringing the reference back to your childhood of like, oh my gosh, I just started playing this game as a kid and it's almost like a dream. And then you're sitting there looking at it for the first time. That's why like the first one is such a big deal, because there's nothing else in your athletic career that replicates that in many ways.
And I think it's well said. And if you're trying to get into this, you know, these are the ones that you want. And this is something that now, as this hobby's growing more in college football,
you want to get ahead too.
Yeah.
You know, like a little bit is seeing how good these guys are in college and then kind of seeing what they potentially become at the next level. And so the first one is obviously the premier.
Okay, I'm really excited about this, Dan, because this is our blind Bowman list, and you are gonna really stink this up. You're gonna get really frustrated.
Also, the difference, I have a writing utensil to make sure my list is
I don't
exactly
need one
how I want
because
it.
I have it in my head. So anyway, I'm gonna give you names. You're going to rank them as we go, but you don't know what's next.
Okay.
First on the list, Jordan Travis, rank him.
I'm gonna rank Jordan Travis at 4.
Total of 5, by the way. So Jordan Travis at 4 out of 5. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Juan.
He's your number 1, okay? Sam Hartman.
5.
Ooh, Brock Bowers.
This is how smart I am. I'm gonna put Brock Bowers at 3. I know you. You saved a really good one for last.
Okay, Drake May.
I have to put Drake May at 2.
But you wanted to put him at 1.
I would have. No, I actually love my list. You know what? If I
You
could
can't
switch,
change it. We got him choked up with this list.
If I
He's
could have
upset.
switched Marvin and Drake, I would have done that. But having Marvin 1, Drake 2, Brock Bowers 3, Jordan Travis 4, Sam Hartman 5 is unbelievably good to almost perfect.
You would stand behind that list. You know what? I actually would too. I'm kind of mad
It's
that
a
you
good
you
list.
kind of greased the list.
It's
okay.
an amazing list. All right.
Blind
so
Bowman worked out well
if
for
you
Dan.
had to grade my list,
I would give that a B+.
There's
Because
no
the number 1
way.
and the number 2, you didn't do
that's an
what you would
A
want.
and close to an A+. I'm giving myself an A. Now I'm giving you your 5 names, one at a time.
Scared. Okay.
Okay, the first name to you, JJ McCarthy.
I'm gonna say 3.
That's a mistake.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Next name, Riley Leonard.
I'm gonna say 4.
That's a mistake. Next
Dan,
name,
this is my list, not your list.
Bo Nix.
Oh, tutors. All right, 5.
Next, actually, you're gonna save yourself here.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter.
I want to say 2, but I'm scared about what you're doing here because you're
I'm a sicko.
saving me something bad here at the
sicko.
end. I'm gonna say 2.
Saved yourself. Caleb Williams.
Oh, look at me! My list is amazing.
How did you just luck into that?
Okay, Caleb Williams at number 1, and that's all we care about.
So you have Caleb 1, Travis 2, JJ McCarthy 3, Riley 4, Bo Nix 5.
This is a great list, and for not knowing what
good
was coming,
list.
I would have switched maybe 2 things. It doesn't even matter though, because my list is perfect. Actually, I really like my list.
It's not perfect. You would have Bo Nix 4, Riley at 5.
Yes,
If
but
it
I
was
just,
perfect.
I knew you were leading me down a bad path, so I had to put Bo at the end because I thought I was trying to figure out what you were
I
doing.
regret giving you Travis Hunter 4th. I should have given you Travis Hunter first.
My list is awesome.
It's not as good as mine, but it's a good list. It's a good list.
Time for a little grade it, trade it, save it discussion. And just so everyone knows at home, grade it is the centerpiece of your collection. This is the player that you love the most. It's your best player and you're all in.
Yeah, I think like graded for me is I want to invest in that player's ability at the next level because like I think they're so talented that no matter what, they're gonna be really good.
Well said. Trade it, you love the player, but you're willing to listen if someone's gonna come across and say, I'm gonna maybe upgrade you just a little bit.
You gotta come take it from me though.
Yeah.
Like I'm willing to trade, but it's gotta be something that makes me, I can't say no.
I can't wait to try to make a trade with you. And then your save it player, this is maybe your emotional attachment to somebody. Maybe you grew up watching the player, you love him for whatever reason it is, you love his style of play, whatever it may be.
Jersey number, school, iconic moment when you were
Colors, yeah.
watching a game, colors, blue and orange, probably yours.
Go Gators. All right, Dan, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do first. So first, my grade it, Carson Beck, and it's a first Bowman. It's gorgeous. I really like his game. He's been super accurate. I don't think he's getting enough credit as a quarterback. My trade it is gonna be Brock Bowers. I love him as a player. He's a little bit injured right now, but one of the best players in the entire country. He's a tight end, but he's dynamic. My save it is Quinshon Judkins, the running back from Ole Miss. I love this guy irrationally. I think he's incredible. This is also a really cool card.
Insert.
Rambling Man insert. Look at the cactus, and it's like a desert, the whole deal. So that's the one that I'm saving, and I'm not letting go of him no matter what. What about
All
you?
right, yours are solid. All right, my grade it is going to be Drake May, first Bowman. I think he's been Big Ben at the next level. He comes from an unbelievable family, super talented. At worst, he's going to be the second pick of next year's draft. My trade it, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, Marvin
You're
Harrison
trading
Jr.
that card?
Can I explain? Super talented, obviously unbelievable pedigree, frame, speed, size, but there's a reasoning why I'm gonna do that. And then my save it is Jordan Travis. This one's a little emotional. I called Jordan Travis's first game ever in college football, and then obviously seeing the person he's become, the player he's become, and getting Florida State back to being like a top 5 team, there's like an emotional attachment.
Okay, I like the emotion, and that was very cute, but I'm hung up on your trade it because you realize that Marvin Harrison Jr. card might be the best card you're gonna find right now, and you're trading that.
I'm gonna trade it, yes.
Why?
Because I think that while his stock is as high, his importance is his value as high as it's ever going to be, I'm very aware that where he plays at is going to be a little bit attached performance-wise to who the quarterback is.
Okay.
I got to see who's going to be with the
All right,
quarterback.
okay. Do you want to trade? Because I'll trade you Brock Bowers for Marvin Harrison Jr. right now.
Just Brock Bowers?
Only. I'll throw in like
a
a hamburger or something too. You want
a chicken burger?
a chicken burger?
I will give you Marvin Harrison Jr. with the trade for Brock Bowers. One, because
I'm winning.
now you don't have an all-SEC group. You have to realize that there's football outside of just the SEC.
Woe is me.
And two, Brock Bowers, you basically gave me, one, an insert card, two, Cooper Kupp plus 15 pounds, and a top 10 pick in next year's draft.
Now listen, I like him. I had him there. I wanted to trade him. I knew he was great value, but I like him better. Are you kidding me? Marvin Harrison Jr., where does this guy get drafted?
He will not be lower than the 3rd pick.
Once again, you make my case. I win. All right, so we've come to the end of our 2023 Bowman U Expert Angle. So much fun. And this is your opportunity, okay? Bowman ties fans to the origin of greatness. So whether you're a college football fanatic or you're just hitching your wagon to a top prospect, this is your opportunity to be part of a player's career for life.
What are you waiting for? Go out and rip the 2023 Bowman U Chrome Football now. Your list is better than mine because your flip is 4 and 5, my flip is 1 and 2.
I know.
But I will never say that on camera.
Well, I mean, you just did, so